Good morning. This is Mr. Gagnon again, and this video will be a probably about a 5-minute video on the concept of work, and we may get into power as well. So, when you're thinking about work, a couple definitions come into mind. The first definition that you may come up with would be, hey, that's some place I go to every day to make money. Yes, that is one definition, but in physics, we have another definition of work. And so I'm going to give you guys that definition, and we'll expect you guys to know this later for a quiz. Okay? So, work in physics is equivalent to force multiplied by the distance. So, here's a very quick and easy situation. Let us say we have again, our block of physics, okay, on a surface, and we push the block this way. We apply a force this way, and we get it to move a certain distance. Okay, let's say the distance is 2 meters. So it goes from here to here, a distance of 2 meters. Okay? All right, that makes sense. We can move something, and we can think of it as like a refrigerator or even a car or basically anything that you would push. Now, keep in mind this surface is horizontal. If we start getting into surfaces that aren't horizontal, then you've got to apply some trigonometry to the situation. And in this class, we don't do that. We're just looking at level surfaces. Okay? Okay, let's say that the force that we had pushing on this block was equivalent to, let's say, 10 newtons. We'll call it positive. We'll call this positive too. Okay, the situation becomes pretty simple because what I'm looking for is work. I know the formula, force times distance. I can just plug in the force of 10 newtons times the distance of 2 meters. So what I have is something that's 20 Newton meters. Okay, and that's the work that it takes to push this block from here to here. Now, in physics, we like to combine units and call them different things because I don't want to go around saying it's a Newton meter. So there is another unit here that I want to introduce to you, and that is called the joule, or 20J. Okay, so instead of a Newton meter, we call it joule. Okay, and we're also going to call that positive 20 joules of work. Okay, now in this whole situation, I don't mention how fast this work is done. So that definitely matters because it could take me a year for this to go from here to here, and it's the same amount of work. It could take me a second, and it's the same amount of work. It could take me a decade. It's the same amount of work. So the thing that really puts a little bit of real life into this is the fact that this happens in a certain amount of time. And so the next video will be to describe the next topic, which is called power. And this is where we take our work and we relate it to how much time it takes to do this thing, whether it's pushing a car, pushing a cart, pushing a lawnmower, we're going to figure out how powerful something is. So that'll be the next video.